The Devil's Chord. Before I get on to this review, I want to give a huge congratulations to Russell T. Davies, to BBC, to Disney, to everybody involved in the production of this episode. I want to give a huge congratulations to doing the absolute worst piece of garbage episode of Doctor Who of all time. You can't mean it's worse than The Timeless Child. Oh, I can. I can. Crazy as that seems, I actually can. The Timeless Child is obviously awful. However, I suppose it had a couple of entertaining things. Maybe, I don't remember, but I've never been so bored and so disinterested, and oh gosh, and this might be one of the worst 51 minutes I've spent in front of the television. Let's break this down using my space system. I'm gonna talk about the story, the pacing, the artistry, the characters, the enjoyment factor. Each category is gonna get a score between 0 and 0. Well, in theory, it should get between 0 and 2 because 2 is the best you can get. Let's talk about the storyline. Well, I'm gonna give that a 0. Wow, there's no storyline. Look, The Timeless Child. Okay, I'll kill you. It's serious talk now. Look, there's been bad episodes of Doctor Who. There's been bad episodes of Star Trek. Doctor Who's my favorite TV show. Star Trek's my second favorite. Blake 7, well, there's no bad episodes of Blake 7, but there wasn't that many. It wasn't a very long run. There's been bad episodes of many shows I love. I love the Daredevil Netflix show. There's a couple of slow-ish episodes where you're like, they didn't, a lot of TV series, it's hard to be perfect. Star Trek has, with all of the Star Trek, the real Star Treks, there's a lot of stinkers in there, okay? Even the sacred original series of Star Trek, and I'm going to get back to reviewing those guys, I promise. Whatever. This is just absurdly awful. All right. So there's the Maestro, who is definitely the scariest and creepiest villain of all of Doctor Who. I'm not sure that was the intent, though. But it definitely, remember kids used to hide behind the couch watching Doctor Who? They're not going to hide behind the couch. They're going to run out of the room screaming and crying after they see the Maestro. But anyways, the Maestro comes out of this piano once the sacred evil chords are struck. And the Maestro can suck music away. And it feeds off of music. Okay? It feeds off of music, except that it's better. It doesn't like music. It doesn't want to have music. So the less music there is, the stronger the Maestro gets. And the Maestro is going to get stronger to do what? Like, if there's no music, how high does that go? Typically speaking, these things usually want to suck things from you. So if the Maestro was sucking music away, I'm trying to be serious here. This is the story. If the Maestro sucks music away, you'd think once the planet is sucked of music, the Maestro is super strong now, and it'll go to another planet and suck its music and just continue on. And then the problem is that it'll eventually run out. But it's sucking music in order to get rid of music, and the less they literally say in the thing, the less music there is, the stronger Maestro gets, or something. How do you defeat such a terrible monster? Well, you just play the other chord to make it go away. Okay. How do you figure what that is? I don't know. There's reasons for it. They just figure it out. What else? They do mention Susan in here. I don't know why. They're never going to do anything with Susan, or if they do, I'm sure it'll be garbage, so why even mention her? They talk about the toy maker and fair play. Who cares? The doc, I'll get to the characters. That's the storyline, so 0. Pacing, well, 0, because it's boring. RTD literally ran out of story, with 5 minutes left, and they're just like, let's just have some musical numbers that have nothing to do with anything. It's just music. It's just like a dance number. You ran out of story. Just end the episode. They defeat the Maestro. Then they're like, oh crap, we still need 10 more minutes, so let's just have some random music. By the way, make sure you watch the end of this video because I'm going to give a code word, because if you're going to leave a negative review, you better put this code word in there, or else I'm going to nail you on this one, which means you can listen to all my points. So it's boring, terrible, nothing's going on, they're running around, whatever. For the artistry, I'm going to give it, I was almost going to give it a 0.5. See, it wasn't going to be a 0 out of 10. I was going to give it a 0.5 for Ruby's outfit in the 60s outfit that she had. I thought she looked pretty good. I'll give it a 0.5 for that. The rest of it sucks. The maestro shoots notes or something. It just looks so terrible. Why doesn't the maestro go beat up someone? Like the doctor runs away from the thing, which any sane person would actually do. The doctor, well, I'll get to the characters. So 0.5. The artistry, the interior of the TARDIS, which I still think is a really cool interior of the TARDIS. They made it all colorfully and everything. Like, it should have just been the very muted blue and the white. I don't like having like pinks and purples with white. That just looks stupid now. So the structural foundation of the interior of the TARDIS looks good. But I didn't like the way they did the colors in this one. Maybe they'll go back to the old style. They didn't have the intro music was messed with because the maestro played it on the keyboard. And I guess they thought, on the piano, I guess they thought that was gonna be cool, but it was awful. So that's awful. So I'll give it a 0.5 for for her outfit. Characters, well, I'm gonna have to give it a 0 for characters. This doctor just runs away from danger. So not sure. And he constantly keeps saying, I can't defeat this thing. I don't know what to do. I was ripped in half. I suck. Wow, you're a super confident doctor. Like, this is now officially, I just checked my notes here. It's official, worst doctor ever. Easy. It's not a debate. If someone's going to type in the comments that they thought Jodie was worse than this, they have not watched this episode. Guaranteed. Because this is the worst doctor. Easy. Like, I'd rather have the Valyard be the doctor, because at least the Valyard's cool. Or Ronnie. Ronnie's a better doctor than this doctor. Even Ruth? Was that her name? She's better. Like, she's way better. Like, way better. And she's a fake doctor. And she's, like, way better. So, like, I don't know. This doctor, it sucks. Runs away from everything, does nothing. Loser. Ruby, you know, she's cute. I like her. But she does nothing. Adds nothing. Mystery. Oh, she's a mystery. Nothing. Terrible. Like, that does nothing. So, she sucks. They're going to conclude her story because we know there's another companion. So, she's done. The Maestro. Nonsense. Absolute nonsense villain. Why doesn't the Maestro... There's a part where the doctor's playing the note that's going to destroy the Maestro. Why doesn't the Maestro come over and just beat him up? Like, just punch him in the face. Definitely, the Maestro is definitely the scariest villain. Very scary, very creepy. I'm not sure they intended that to be the case, but that is what it is. It's actually very scary. What else? The sonic screwdriver sucks. I hate that stupid thing. That's just a random one. Enjoyment factor? Well, it's a big 0, isn't it? This was awful. This is literally the worst. This is a 0 out of 10. I'm giving it a 0.5 out of 10 to be funny. So yeah, there's my review. 0.5 out of 10, just to be funny. If you've watched to the very end, type Spy Smasher. Spy Smasher. There you go. I'm just looking at what's around me. Spy Smasher. That's the code word for this one. This was really one of the worst, well, not one of the worst, this is the worst Doctor Who episode that I've ever seen, and I own every single Doctor Who thing on Blu-ray and DVD, all of it that's come out. I've met or have an autograph from every Doctor who is currently alive, which even means 4. So 4 to even Jodie. I have Jodie Whittaker's autograph personalized to me. So I have an autograph or have met and taken a picture with every Doctor since 4. So I'm a big Doctor Who fan, love Doctor Who. I want to like it. They're making it impossible to like it. I have given a few passes to some Jodie Whittaker episodes. I've tried to like that as well. I really tried, but it was just there's so many awful episodes in that run. But this is like, there's just no excuse anymore. Like, I can't come up with an excuse anymore. So that's my thoughts on this one. I mean, I would have to do a commentary and sit there. And then the other thing too is like they cast 4 white guys as the Beatles. That's weird. I thought the Beatles were 4 black women. So that's really weird that they went the reverse way. Normally they race swap the other way. So that was kind of weird. And really, RTD should be ashamed of yourself for doing that. Anyway, that's my review of this. Leave comments, man, or whatever. Don't leave them. I don't know. It's awful. It's awful. That's it. Like and subscribe, whatever. Until next time.